Welcome to Uniquely Female Troubles. My name is Leslie Wells. Today I'm going to read you an original poem that I wrote on 4/26/2025, and the name of it is Dirty Little Secret. I was your dirty little secret, and I was your wife. For you, those were one and the same. I did things for you that men should have to pay for. Disgusting things, degrading things, monstrous things. I was the one who paid, not you. You thought the Bible gave you a lifetime pass to ride every single ride you can imagine, with my body as your necessary accessory. Each time you did, you chipped away at my soul, at my heart, at my dignity. But not my love. My love was a super big gulp we got at 7-Eleven on the way home from the wedding. You drained it dry the first 2 years we were married. Only 20 years left to go. And after those 20 years of the same, I did go away from you. You put me in a wheelchair. I've gone from that to a walker, to crutches, to a cane, to a slight limp, and now I can run. You almost killed my heart, but it beats again the right way. You broke my face. It stopped smiling, and my frown became permanent. But I can smile again, and I do, a lot. I'll never be anyone's dirty little secret again. And when I said in the poem that my love for him was like a big gulp from 7-Eleven that we got on the way home from the wedding, and that was drained by the end of the first 2 years of the marriage, I mean that literally. It wasn't about love anymore. It was about endurance. It was about survival. It was about making it through each day and each night. Nothing more. There was no love. And yet, he told me he loved me 20 times a day. And if I didn't say I love you right back, love you too, then the results would be disastrous. So I did say that again and again and again and again and again. And I lied again and again and again and again. And that's one of the things it took to survive being his dirty little secret. And if you're somebody else's dirty little secret, the one that should feel the shame is them. You have nothing to be ashamed of. I don't care how much that person has degraded you. I don't care how much they have humiliated you. I don't care what they have forced you to do. The person that caused these things to happen to you, did to you, you might have had to participate, but you didn't cause it. And you have nothing to be ashamed of. The person that caused it has everything to be ashamed of. Please don't feel shame. I used to be ashamed. I used to be really ashamed. I was so embarrassed knowing what we had done. But it wasn't we doing it. It wasn't us doing it. It was him making me do it. So I have nothing to be ashamed of, and neither do you. So, thank you for watching this. Thank you for listening to me read my poems and talk about my life. A life that unfortunately I know a lot of other women can identify with. And that's what makes me really sad. It's not like my life is some kind of totally weird outlier that has never happened to anybody else in the world. Unfortunately, it happens to lots and lots and lots of people. And that's why this kind of poetry, videos, whatever, is really important. Because we have to reach out to each other, because we each live in our own little isolated cell of shame. And that's where they want us. If they can isolate us in shame and make us not speak out about what they are doing, then they win. And we can't let them win. We cannot let them win. They will not win. Evil will not win. And using people that way is evil. And the people that got used, like me, like some of you, we have nothing to be ashamed of. We just have to recover from what they did to us. But we didn't do anything wrong, not voluntarily. Just like if I went up and punched you because somebody had a gun in my head and said, if you don't punch that person, I'm going to shoot your head off, then I didn't do that because I wanted to, and I don't have anything to be ashamed of. I'm sure I would apologize to you once they went away in their stupid gun, and I'd feel bad about it, but you know what? He didn't tell me to hurt anybody else. He told me to hurt myself. And you know what? It took me so many years to realize that when I was hurting myself because of him and letting him hurt me, I was hurting someone. I was hurting someone just as important as every other person on this planet. And I didn't realize that for so many years. I didn't realize that the entire 22 years we were married. Like, if he would have told me to go out and do something terrible to somebody else, I wouldn't have done it. But every time he told me, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, then I did it because I didn't think it was hurting anybody else. But it was. Because I'm a person. I have value. You're a person. You have value. And you probably wouldn't go out and do terrible things to other people either. But when you I shouldn't say when someone else does something terrible to you, they're doing something terrible to somebody important. You are very important. I'm very important. And when they do terrible things to us, they are doing something terrible to somebody that matters. And what's so sad is that it took me over 2 decades to figure that out. And I want you to figure that out tonight. You matter. You're important. Don't let anybody hurt you. And I hate the word let. Because they use force, they use intimidation, they use manipulation, and they use every trick in the book to get what they want and to do what they want. And to convince us that we're not important. It doesn't matter how much they hurt us. They wouldn't tell us to go out and beat somebody else up. They wouldn't tell us to go out and hurt a child. They wouldn't tell us to go rob a bank, and mostly. But yet, and if they did, we would refuse. But yet, again and again and again, they forced their way into forcing us to endure things that damage us. I feel like I have been damaged. I am damaged. I have tons of baggage. People say they don't want to date somebody that doesn't have baggage, which I think is really hilarious, because who doesn't have any? But I have a whole baggage car full of baggage. But the good thing is I don't want to date. I never want to be put in that position again. So thank you for watching this. Please give it a like if you like it. And please leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think. I want to turn this from a monologue into a dialogue. And I would love to hear what you think. Thank you. Thank you very much. And have a great evening. Bye.